Hello, everybody, and welcome to week 1 of the 712 Breaks Gen 4 series. Tonight we are at 2008 Daytona. Everybody is excited. Somewhere in the middle of 30s. The drivers here tonight. We'll take a look at it. Here on our race details on the bottom right of the screen, 34 cars in attendance at the moment. Here at Daytona International Speedway. In store for 60 laps tonight, 150 miles. Weather right now, 86 degrees ambient, 120 degree track temp. Partly cloudy, 5 mile an hour wind, and 52% humidity. To make for a kind of a slippery racing surface with the hotter track temp. These cars do have quite a bit of grip at these super speedways. Not very realistic there, but they do. Oh, there goes Daniel while getting turned in practice. Andrew Beach. So practice about to finish up. We'll move on to our race as qualifying was done last week. If you missed that, check that out at some point. But for now, stay tuned. In 1 minute, we'll start gridding for the race. Alright, gridding beginning now. Didn't want to show it before. Here we go. Grid coming up on the left side of the screen. Starting on the pole, Garrett Wolfenbarger in the 32. Starting on his outside, Michael Christopher in the 22. Starting in third, Blake Giglio in the 1 car. Hayden Lowell starting in 4th. Trenton Sneed starting in 5th. Cliff Mullins in 6th. Dalton Hayes starting in 7th. Okay, it is... Alright, yep. Todd Taylor in 8th. Cody Brown starting in 9th. Quinn Newton starting in 10th. Andrew Beach starting in 11th. Casey Graves starting in 12th. Jeremy Scherer starting in 13th. Jonathan Lager starting 14th. John Neckrich starting 15th. Daniel Llewellyn starting 16th. Ethan Evers starting 17th. Jamel Collins starting 18th. Dave Hoytsma starting 19th. Garrett Warren starting 20th. And they're already wrecking. Nice. Dakota Lee starting 21st. Matt Benke starting 22nd. Cody Cleaver starting 23rd, Davis Greenwell starting 24th with front end damage before he even rolled off pit road. Victor Lugo starting 25th, Ian Montrose 26th, Bradley Wilson 27th, Matthew Blackley starting 28th, Patrick O'Keefe 29th, Jeff Price 30th, Alex Allen 31st, Cole Owen 32nd, Michael Edwards 33rd, and our final and 34th car, Brian Martin in 54. while since we raced with these older cars here in CTC. Last time the Gen 4 cars, the older version of them, were out on track. We're back in Season 6 of the Cup Series. That was back in mid-2023, I think. So, it's been a little over 2 years since these guys have driven something with this much horsepower. Let's see what they got. As they round out of turn 4. Ace car going to pull off. Wolfenbarger leading us to the green. Green flag in the air. We're racing at Old Daytona. They're wrecking already! More wrecking ahead, it sounds like. Looks like everybody is back up to speed. But a major incident toward the back of the pack here on lap 1. Take a look at what happened. Patrick O'Keefe, 3 wide middle, turns the 51. And a lot more contact behind that. Alright, let's look on board with the 92 here. Start of this race. Yep, 3 wide middle coming out of turn 2 on the first lap. Not ideal. Apologies for that. I disconnected the USB device, and this is what iRacing does when you disconnect the USB device. So it's going to happen again when I plug it back in. Apologies, but there's nothing I can do about it because of iRacing. There it is. Very nice. Okay, so we had some cars come down pit road here. Looks like Davis Greenwell might have towed? I'm not sure. Okay, it's showing in the lead. I don't think that's right. So Hayden Lowell and everybody behind him came down pit road there. Looks like topped off on fuel, like tires, damage repair, things like that. Yeah, Davis rear-ended somebody leaving pit road. I saw that. Did see that. Just I thought my overlay was having some problems. Davis was not the leader right there. He's going to come out here 31st after fixing some damage. Everybody should be fine, I think. Looks like the 99 Alex Allen just went a lap down. Car looks clean, so not sure what is going on there. Might have been a tow situation there for the 99 team, but one lap down. If he comes out now, should be, well, in a pretty good spot to get a lucky dog. So we'll see if that 99 does leave the pit box before they go back to green here, as we are one to go. Alright, coming back to the green. Wolfenbarger in control, single file restart. Green flag back in the air. No. Another crash. 51 involved once again. Alright, 51. Bradley Wilson's right on board here. See how this starts. Yeah, 98 looks like just I don't know. That was a whole lot right there. Tried to go 3 wide again. This time in turn 1. One of these times, maybe we'll make it to the backstretch under green. Alright, so it looks like Michael Christopher did fall back 1 spot on that restart, behind Blake Giglio. We're 1/10 of the way through the race and we still haven't completed a green flag lap. Not ideal. few cars coming down pit road here, I'm sure, fixing damage, taking fast repairs. Like Davis Greenwell, just a fuel stop. The 51 Bradley Wilson looks like he's going to attempt to fix the damage rather than taking the quick repair. I'm missing the front end, so it's going to be quite a repair, I'm sure. It's not a meatball flag, though, so he will be able to leave the pit box whenever he wants. 92, Patrick O'Keefe. Not full-time in this series, I think, as of right now, and definitely not the night he envisioned, or at least how it's starting. Definitely not ideal. If you see the lap total at the top left, counting down from 60, it's because at our current pace right now, with these cautions, if we keep having these cautions every lap we start, the race is going to end early because we're going to run out of time in the session. I don't see that happening. It should shoot back up to 60 once we start going green again here. But as of right now, it's estimating that's where we're going to land if we keep having these yellows back to back. So the 27 was upside down. Let's get an onboard here with the 27 car, Victor Lugo. Oh, what? What? Okay, we're gonna have to get an outside view of that one. The car just flipped over. Oh my goodness. Car looks perfectly clean, but he flipped it over, and then forced him to tow it. Looks like, oh, he's getting back out on track now. So 2 laps down in the lucky dog position. If we get another caution, so could get those laps back if things fall his way. Right now, the only car a lap or 2 down. Alex Allen, unfortunately, was unable to rejoin the race, so that'll be our first DNF. Alright, so there's our 1-lapped car. I forgot to mention this part of it. That lapped car will be lining up to the inside of the leader, and will be able to fight for his lap back right here, or one of his laps back. So that's the good part about this whole single file restart deal for him. I'm sure these leaders aren't too thrilled about a lap car being up there with them, fighting for the lead lap. But gonna make it interesting for sure. Hopefully we can get some green flag racing in here. Here we go, coming to the green. Pace car gonna pull off. Pace car is off. Green flag back in the air. I don't know what happened here. Well, Alright. I guess we'll look at this next ridiculous thing that happened. Stack up on the restart. And a bunch of people get turned around coming to the green. I mean, fortunately for those guys, I don't think anybody's really going to have damage that'll hurt their race at all, but it's unfortunate for us because we haven't been able to see any racing yet, so... Alright, up on the ticker, you'll see all those zeros. Those are drivers' fast repairs used, so anybody with a 1, that means they've used their 1 quick repair already. This is one big cluster F, for sure. I apologize to everybody for this incompetence we're seeing right now from the driver's part. At least we got a good race in last night, I guess. This is what we get for seeing a good race. Immediately followed up with the worst start to a race I've ever seen in this league. Garrett Wolfenbarger's just on autopilot right now. Alright, so getting word from the 99 team of Alex Allen. We saw that car pull off about 9 laps ago. That is due to a sim issue or something wrong with the iRacing platform. We're getting word from that team, so sorry to hear about that. But not missing much right now. If it's telling you inside lane, you can go up there. If it's telling you single file behind somebody in the back, no. Well, another news, Victor Lugo got one of his laps back, so he's now 1 lap down in the lucky dog position. Nobody else is lap down, obviously. Whoa. Let's see if we can get a restart here. Here we go. See a checkup right here. Let's see if it turns into anything. There it goes. Accordion, accordion, accordion. And there it is. That's going to be some penalties right there. And I'm getting word somebody missed a shift. Alright, well, we made it to the backstretch. At least, I guess. That has split the pack up a lot. And 1 lap complete. Here, it only took 14 laps. Top 3, Garrett Wolfmarger, Blake Giglio, and Michael Christopher. And looks like Cliff Mullins has joined the party here in this top 4. Everybody else, well, we got another 5-car pack here from 5th to 9th. And then you got back to John Neckrich, and here is the rest of the field, and they're getting turned. What do you think we just cancel the season here? Big bump to the 15 from the 54. And around goes the 15. And Victor Lugo back to the lead lap. That'll be 33 cars on the lead lap for the moment. See, and if anybody goes a lap down here, see the 24 Jamal Collins missing the front end there. Looks like he's going to back up and come back into the pit box, take the fast repair. Or not. I'm not sure if that was... he was attempting... I think he is attempting to do that. It's just not working. There it is. Fast repair for the 24. Alright, Garrett Wolfmarger has led every single lap so far. Thought this would be a nice quick race, you know, a nice quick 60 lapper, but nope. That's not. Oh, that one wasn't the restarts. That one wasn't the restart, that's for sure. And now, if these guys can't learn how to do a single file restart, maybe we got bigger problems. Okay, back to it then. Oh, we're here. Thank you to Quinn and 712Breaks for sponsoring this season of the Gen 4 Series, the inaugural Gen 4 Series season. Make sure to check out 712Breaks on Whatnot. Links in the description. Also want to thank our sponsor for the Cup Series, the Wanted Goons. Big shout out to them. Huge prize pool this season, $1,300 over there in the Cup Series. So awesome stuff. Make sure to stay tuned for that as in the coming weeks. We had an awesome Daytona race last night. If you didn't see that one, make sure to check it out over on the YouTube channel. Oh. Coming through 3 and 4. I feel like I've said this a lot already for being lap 17. Green's back in the air. And it looks like they actually did it this time. Wow, clean restart for the field. They're actually figuring it out, maybe. Field spread out again. Top 5 seem to be the only ones that can do the restarts. You got a secondary pack here. Second pack, Ethan Evers. Pushed by teammate Andrew Beach. Baseball car. Two Wanted Goons cars working together right there. Secondary pack about a second and a half off the main pack. Should be in their draft any moment now. Going green. I don't believe it. We're actually losing time now for the second pack. 1/3 of the way through the race. 40 laps to go. Here, Wolfenbarger still out front. Those top 5 are going to be pretty chill for the time being with that lead they have. These guys can't seem to figure out what they want to do. Casey Graves turns the 4 of Michael Edwards. And a big wreck in 3 and 4. Caution number 5. Casey Graves in the 01 True Speed Monte Carlo. Up the middle, 3 wide. And I don't know, him and the 04 kind of come together. Yeah, I don't know. 4 might have just not seen him coming. Go off the back bumper of the 4, Michael Edwards. Alright, and pit stop's underway. Everybody coming down pit road. Must mean we're close to being inside the fuel window. So, top 2 have stayed out. That leaves Matt Benke in the lead, along with Ian Montrose in second. Casey Graves on pit road fixing damage. Same with 23 of Llewellyn, 14 of Warren, 41 of Blackley, all on pit road fixing damage. Toll Owen. Having some connection issues. That car looks clean though, so it's fixing a little bit, coming back out. So top 2 pit 7 laps ago. So they're pretty good on fuel right now. And it sounds like the 35 is saving. Yeah, you hear him shutting the motor off, so he seems to think he can make it to the end, or at least close to it. They did do a good restart that time. See if we can back it up with a good one. Another good one. And maybe go green for more than 4 laps. Alright, so still no lap cars. Alright, Matt Benke going to be in control of this restart. Green's back in the air. Like a decent restart. Wasn't as clean as the last one, but it'll do. Nobody wrecked. That's definitely improvement on the first three. Montrose to the outside of Benke on the backstretch. Michael Christopher goes with him. On board with Ethan Evers behind those two. Hayden Lowell up the inside. He's going to stay in the third position there. Ian Montrose is going to lead lap 25. For the first time tonight, under green, we have an actual big lead pack. Still some cars spread out behind them. Hayden Lowell to the outside, going to try to challenge for the lead with help from Ethan Evers. Michael Christopher jumps up as well. Michael Christopher and Hayden Lowell to the lead. And it looks like Mike Chris going to lead lap 27. And we are wrecking again. Caution number 6. Let's take a look at what happened. Looks like the 06 and the 79, maybe. Yeah, I think a little bit of off-center bump in there. Speed cars go around in the back. Coming up on halfway in the race, and it feels like we haven't even started racing yet. Got a little bit in there at the front, but now we're back under yellow again. some cars coming up pit road here. Like around 19th on back, come down here. Alright, so Montrose still in the fuel situation, I think. I don't know their exact mileage. If I had to guess, it's somewhere in the 35 to 40 lap range on a tank. Michael Christopher going to be in control of this restart. Alright, coming back to the grain. And they're wrecking. I saw the 79 go around, so we're gonna take a look here first. And yeah, just everybody's stacking up. Looks like the 23, the final car. Okay. Alright. Wow. Alright, well, I'll be right back. Take a quick break. Oh, don't worry, Clip. I'm just not talking. But I appreciate the concern. Welcome back. Let's try it again. Like Christopher keeping the lead after that restart. Hayden Lowell second, Ian Montrose third, Ethan Evers fourth, and Wolfenbarger and Dalton Hayes fighting for fifth. That outside lane making headway, Wolfenbarger and Giglio. Now up to the quarter panel of the second place car. And Wolfenbarger and Giglio completely clear that inside lane. A good push. An inside lane, not as strong as it once was. Looks like Patrick O'Keefe making a comeback. He's now leading the inside lane. Giglio to the inside as well. Now those Wanted Goons teammates control the front row. Both lanes. Inside, just not nearly as strong. It can hold ground alright, but just not staying even with the front of the outside. So, a couple of packs separated. Jeff Price back to 27th as well on this 4-car pack, but a second and a half behind the field. And then back at 28th through 30th, you have 41, 14, and 23. And then by himself, Toll Owen in the 09, the 31st. Two-thirds of the way through the race at the line. Whoa! 3 wide. Giglio to the inside of Dakota Lee. Forces Dakota Lee into the middle of the racetrack. He finds a gap up top. And they're getting crazy up in the top 3. Dalton Hayes looks like he gets shuffled out by the Wanted Goons. Comes up into Hayden Lowell. Hayden gets into the wall because of it. And the 56 is not going to be happy about that. inside lane. Really falling back now. And Michael Christopher jumps to the inside of the 92. I think that inside lane, those front two are trying out going up to the middle. It's a smoother racetrack there compared to the very bottom. But just ends up with the 92 getting shuffled out. And he does find a gap up top in front of the 82 if Cliff Mullins might have let him in there. Oh, we're actually racing. I don't want to jinx it at this point, but I don't think it's going to much matter. You know, back in the good old days, back in Season 6 of the Cup Series when we ran these Gen 4 cars at 08 Daytona, I think we had one caution until the very end of the race. But that race did end under caution. Whoa, Michael Christopher washed his way up the racetrack. Gets the outside wall. He's able to save it. That inside lane. Oh, the 54! And now the 01 gets turned! Can't find the wrecked car. They're still wrecking off turn 2 here. Casey Graves gets the worst end of it. He does have a fast repair in the bank. But he's not the only one involved in this. Let's back it up. Alright, back it up a little bit farther. You're going to see up ahead, I think the 54 grabs the outside wall. Yes, he does. Checks the 92 up. 01 has to check up. 35 can't lift in time. Gets into the 01. The 01 goes flipping up and over. Looks like the 35 gets sideways, ends up spinning after the wreck. And I think mostly everybody else made it through. It's right on board with the 35 through this. Alright, now on board with the 01 of Casey Graves. That's a tough one right there. Thank goodness we have safer barriers, huh? It's funny because it's a sim race. Anyway, take a look at this. Garrett Wolfmarger first and Bradley Wilson second. These two found each other on the racetrack and are up there gonna restart the race in the top two. So coming to looks like we are on 15 to go. There are no green-white checkers in this race, so checkered flag comes out at the end of lap 60, no matter what. And the way things are going right now, I think we're likely to see the checkered and the yellow flag waving at the same time. Coming to 1 to green at the line. Brake pedal, yeah, brake pedal is good to use. Too bad nobody seems to know how to use it right now. Top 3 Water Goons, good point. You know, nobody cares about Davis though, right? Sorry, Davis. And the nice thing for these teammates right now is with these single file restarts, there's no games, no figuring out which line you want to take as the leader to help your teammates. You're all going to line up right there, top 3 in line. So it's definitely a weight off their shoulders. They can throw some blocks here, make sure at least one of them stays ahead. Problem is for everybody else behind them, how do they break through this Wanted Goons barrier? Blake Giglio, another one of those Wanted Goons cars. He's in the mix. Michael Christopher started on the front row of this race. He's up back inside the top 10. We are wrecking in turn 1. The 23 is involved. Under yellow, folks. Under yellow. '23 runs right into the back of the 8 under yellow. And they have a staring contest there before they start rolling again. So, sorry, I don't have the radio on, but you couldn't hear it. The 01 goes, watch out, the 23's coming, and pulls all the way to the inside wall in the backstretch. Poking fun at him there. Funny stuff. Make sure everybody can get lined up here. Somehow, I think the 8 and the 23, I think their cars are fine. That was pretty hard contact they had, but back of the 8 car looks pristine. Front of the 23 looks, I can't say for sure, but it looks like the right shape. So, I guess no harm, no foul. We're going to restart here with 13 to go in this race. Green flag back in the air. Wolfenbarger and Wilson with a good restart. 20 is right there with them as well. Top 3 gets separated. Like the 4th car stringing along with Dalton Hayes. Hayden Lowell leading the rest of the cars here from 5th on back. Trying to draft back up to these leaders. They're going to have a head of steam when they get there. And the 56 gets left out by the 3. Now the 1's going to go up with the 56. So Giglio and Lowell are going to work together. Lowell thinks about making it 3 wide outside. Thought better of it for the moment. Let's take a look at lap sled up here on the tower. And most of the field with no lap sled, and then you're going to get to the 34 lap sled for the 32 Wolfenbarger. Definitely locked up those 5 bonus points for leading the most laps. Field is very split up. So top 15 in this main front pack. And this secondary pack racing quite a bit as well. They're going to see if they can maybe close up to the front guys, but it's it's not looking likely at the moment. Giglio and Dalton Hayes. Good run on the inside lane. We haven't seen that too much tonight. 10 laps to go here at Daytona. Giglio out front, I think for the first time. And it's going to be close at the line here. Wolfenbarger about a car length. He'll retain the lead. That inside lane definitely not going to give up yet. Giglio once again surges ahead. Tries to clear up, and he is clear. Giglio to the top lane. We go back up there, and we got Wanted Goons 4 in a row. They're on the outside! As Giglio gets really squirrely up the nose of the 32. There was a moment there. It was a good save. Dalton Hayes, Dakota lead, leading the inside. Wow, that's a lot of C2X cars there on the bottom. Oh man, Dalton Hayes, squirrely as well. That's pretty much an all C2X bottom row. Now they're 3 wide toward the back of this front pack. Going to 7 laps to go. Giglio still out front. We should have time to finish this race. Yeah, we got plenty of time. Got 18 minutes left in the session. And only 7 laps to go, so unless we get like 3 yellows, I don't think the math would even add up on getting 3 more yellows. So this race is going to end at lap 60. No questions asked. Problem is it going to end on a green? Right now, we're coming to 6 to go. We probably only have time for 1 more caution if we want to end it on a green. Oh, Davis Greenwell gets turned off the nose of the 56, and there they go! Alright, so there's a caution. Gonna have a restart with, I think, 2 to go. Did not mean to go that far back. Wow. Okay, here we go. Davis Greenwell, the silver 20 Ford Taurus on the top lane. 4th car in line on the outside. 56 jumps to the inside and just kind of washes up into the 20. Might have had help from the 22. Definitely not the 22's fault, but might have had... Oh, wow, and the second pack gets in there. Nowhere to go. So let's ride on board with the 56 through this. There's the move to the inside. All right, up into the quarter panel of the 20. Like Ian Montrose goes for a ride as well. Right on board with a 14 of Garrett Warren. He was leading that second pack as they came through this. Oh man, the 6 turning him upward actually saved him there, allowed him to avoid the wreck. Alright, so, like I said, should be going back to green with 2 laps to go. So that means that'll be our final restart. If we take the white, the race ends under green. If we get a yellow before the white flag, the race ends under yellow. And whoever is leading at the time of caution will win the race. Blake Giglio in the lead now. Wolfenbarger led a lot of this race. Giglio finds himself in a really good spot here. Wow, Hayden did keep his position. Yeah, I guess technically by iRacing standards, and I guess real life's too, he never really slowed up and maintained his spot, so it seems like how that's always how it goes. You know, it's the guy that causes the yellow always somehow manages to make it through it. Just hate to see it. I don't know. Ball don't lie. I'm sure something will happen here to get him back for it. He was involved, but yeah, that's just how it's done. There's no EOL league for causing a wreck or anything in this series or league, so it's definitely not something we can do just on a whimsy during the race. As much as I want to for him doing that. I'm not saying I have to do it because it's real life. I'm saying that's how it's done, and it's the same system that iRacing has in here. Okay, anyway, chat's going off the rails. Ronnie, you're going to need to calm down, brother. Alright. Final restart of the race. Blake Giglio in control. Top 4. 3 of the top 4 are one of Goon's vehicles. See how this works out. Pace car is off for the final time. Blake Giglio steps on the gas. We're racing again at Daytona. 2 laps to go. Top 6 separated from the rest of the field slightly. All the Wanted Goons cars jump to the outside. That's been the dominant lane. Not surprised they're going to take that early. Hayden Lowell up to the top, trying by himself to make the third lane work. There's nobody there to help him. It's not going to work. All it's doing right now is pulling back to 51. Which, I mean, that's definitely going to hurt the 1 and the 32, but it's not going to help the 56. Now the 56 lost his run. He's back behind him. And at the white flag waving, 1 lap to go. Blake Giglio leads the final time through the start-finish line under green. Final time through turn 1 tonight. And it's been a long night. Those Wanted Goons cars making a break for it. Big gap. Is that bad news? Is there going to be a big run from behind them? Yes, there is. Here comes Hayden Lowell. Nobody goes with him. Now he's going to block C2X in behind the Wanted Goons cars. He gets cycled back. Can anybody make a run? 51 down to the bottom lane. Giglio blocks. Down to the line. At the line, it's going to be Garrett Wolfenbarger. By 4/1000ths of a second. He beat Giglio. Pole sitter to winner. Didn't have the luck last night, but came back swinging. And he dominated this race. Oh, there goes the motor for the 32. Now he's going to pass Tech. Alright. Good work with these guys. Hey, Garrett, it's Lucas. You got me?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Hey, man. Well, that was an interesting start to the race. You led a lot of laps tonight. Definitely led the most. And when it mattered most, you made a good run there. Barely beat out Blake Giglio. 4/1000ths of a second, taking home the win here from the pole. How are we feeling?
Man, I'm feeling pretty good. Had a good race overall. You know, got the pole starting off the race and just kind of led all those laps and stayed out front, and then eventually took those tires and fuel and kind of had to run our way back to the front. And nice to have Blake with me there to team up and get us back to the front. And once we did, you know, a little worried on gas. Then we started getting a few more yellows, so we're good there. And then nice little shootout to the end. So that was fun.
Yeah, definitely looked like some fun there. Glad you guys finished under green. And man, I had no idea you guys were concerned about fuel. But yeah, I'm glad it worked out for you. Glad you got the yellows you needed. I was certainly not happy to see him come out, but you know, glad somebody was happy about him.
Yeah, there was a couple there. I mean, if we went green there, probably if there wasn't those 2 or 3 last yellows, we probably would have been like maybe 1 lap to the good. But those came out, didn't have to worry about it, and then got some good little green white checkered natural, so that was good.
Absolutely. Well, congrats on that win. You got anybody you want to shout out for it?
Yeah, I want to thank One and Goons. Started on this team first season with them, so been great so far. Last night didn't go exactly how we wanted to go, but tonight went it pretty much as perfect as it can get. All my teammates, Blake, Bradley, everybody else that was in the race on One and Goons, appreciate them for racing and helping out. K Designs, Brantley, even though he's not racing this league, he should, but he doesn't. For making my paint and most of the guys' paints out here on the Goons. Yeah, and then OG Gear and everyone else for showing up and racing. Wasn't the cleanest, but we'll take it.
Absolutely, man. Well, appreciate you talking to us. Again, congrats on the win. Go celebrate with the team.
Yep, thank you.
All right, let's get a word with our second place finisher right there on screen. Blake, it's Lucas. You got me.
How's it going?
Hey, man, it's going pretty good. You guys put on a good way to end that race. I'm glad we got a good finish out of it, but I'm sure you would have liked to be on the other end of that. Coming up 4 thousandths short to Garrett. How are we feeling about it, and overall, how you feeling about your race?
Yeah, I knew he was gonna leave. I thought he was gonna leave me out, so I kind of, when I saw the run coming on the bottom, I didn't think he was gonna have enough, momentum there to get back up around me. It kind of shocked me a little bit. Not complaining though. He pushed great. We got out front. We were able to get a 1-2, and Bradley there tried pushing at the line, but it was close. So glad to get a nice 1-2 and start the season off strong.
Absolutely, man. Definitely good start to the season for you. Got anybody want to shout out for the second place?
Yeah, I want to shout out the Washington Commanders for pissing off Terry McCollum or whatever his name is. Hold on. Let me cook. McLaurin. So he wants to trade, and the Giants should really pick him up because him and Malik Neighbors are tight like that. It'd be kind of cool. But I'd also like to shout out to OG Gear, obviously, One of Goons, you for broadcasting, CTC Racing in general. Yeah, everyone that is part of this, and glad we were able to get a nice second place.
Absolutely. Good 1-2 finish for the team. Congrats on that. Go celebrate with them.
Thanks.
All right, now we'll get a word with third place finisher Cliff Mullins. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man. Well, definitely not exactly how I'm sure you wanted to cross the line. I'm sure you would have rather been home taking the checkered flag first, but still, incredible finish for you tonight. Top 3 through that wreck fest. How we feeling?
Yeah. It was basically survival. Shockingly enough, I had the cleanest car, still have a faster pair. Still think we need to get rid of them because the rest of these guys don't know how to drive. Restarts weren't that bad up front, but right there towards once you got back there in the back, I don't know what they were doing. But that last restart, I didn't get a good jump. Having guys in the chat with me in front of me kind of was expecting a going, and there was no going, so I had to go. And Trenton got in behind me. I parked it on his nose right there, and he said, "We're going to the front." So he shoved the hell out of me, and man, I was almost on the chip on the back straightaway catching those guys, and had a hell of a run and jumped to the outside, worked my way in behind Bradley right there, and kind of had it set up where I was just going to try and turn it down off to the corner and take as much momentum as I could to the inside, and he come down perfect time for it. I shot back to the outside, hoping that maybe the 32 and the 1 would get together, and I think we all basically laid doors on each other right there, but kept it pretty straight. I was the only one that got crooked, so wasn't too bad. I gave a hell of a shot to the 32, so you're welcome, Garrett. I'd rather him win than Blake anyway, so there's that. He's got enough of them. But yeah, all in all, it was a pretty good run.
Absolutely, man. Well, nice good way to start the season. How are we feeling about Richmond next week?
Well, I'm really hoping it's going to be better than the Cup Series was there last time because, it wasn't bad because I was up front for that race, and then I was running second and got wrecked, and it kind of killed the whole field. So, I'm hoping it's going to be better than that. I don't know what it's going to be like with these cars and these drivers. They couldn't figure out Daytona. I think you're probably going to see a lot of turn 2 spins at Richmond. So either way, it'll be fun, and hopefully I'm up front where I'm not around all that crap.
Yeah, for sure. Well, appreciate you talking to us tonight. Congrats on that podium finish. We'll see you next week.
Yep, thank you, man.
That was Cliff Mullins finishing third in that 82. Now we'll roll through our final results here before we head out for the night. Garrett Wolfbarger taking home the win. Blake Giglio second. Cliff Mullins third. Bradley Wilson fourth. Trenton Sneed fifth. Dalton Hayes sixth. Hayden Lowell seventh. Brian Martin eighth. Cody Cleaver ninth. Dakota Lee running out your top 10. Then beyond that, you got Patrick O'Keefe in 11th, Ethan Evers 12th, Michael Christopher 13th, Jeff Price 14th, Victor Lugo 15th, Cody Brown 16th, Casey Raves 17th, Jamal Collins 18th, Davis Greenwell 19th, Jonathan Lager 20th, Daniel Llewellyn 21st, Toll Owen 22nd, Todd Taylor 23rd, Matthew Blackley 24th, Quinn Newton 25th. Series sponsor taking home 25th there. Come on, Quinn. His luck does not get better, does it? Well, on to next week, right? Jeremy Scherer, 26th. Garrett Warren, 27th. Andrew Beach, 28th. John Neckers, 29th. Ian Montrose, 30th. Matt Banky, 31st. Dave Hoisman, 32nd. Michael Edwards, 33rd. And running out your 34 finishers, Alex Allen in 34th with the issue at the start of the race, the hardware-software problem. So, there we go. There's your final results. Thank you to Quinn and 712Breaks for sponsoring this series. Make sure to tune in next week for the Wanted Goons Cup Series at Sonoma Raceway. 55 laps, 110 miles at the road course out west. So make sure to tune in for that one, as well as the same series on next Thursday at Richmond Raceway for the Pontiac Excitement 100. And, yeah. Appreciate everybody watching. See you next week.